Hello fellow modelers and styling fanatics, welcome back to my channel. I hope that everyone is doing fine and enjoys hobby. Concrete Bunker is back again today with the announcement of a new build this time. So, what do we have today? I have a question and an unboxing. Let's start with the question. How do you know if you are a great modeler? And I will answer that. You know it when people ask you to paint stuff for them, like a commission. Either you take money or not, I consider that a commission. So I was commissioned from my wife. Yeah, mainly because I do it for free and she knows no other around that can do that work, but still a great modeler and still a commission for me. So I was commissioned from my wife to build the kit that I am going to unbox today. So you guys all know the drill. Grab yourselves a seat, crack the mandatory cold one or a hot brew, depending where you are in the world. Make yourselves comfortable in general, and let's see what I was commissioned to build, because I am a great modeler. Since it is on topic, I have promised you guys that this year won't be only a military vehicle year. Military vehicle meaning tanks, vehicles, etc, etc. We are gonna build kits in general, not only from the military genre. So what I was commissioned to build, what's going to be our next project? Boom guys, this is a Trabant 601 from Revell in 1 to 24th scale and kit number 07713. So let's talk about the car first. I did a small research. I am learning as I go about this car, mainly because it is one of the few cars I am not familiar with. As a prior car enthusiast, I tend to know a lot about cars, but this one I had no knowledge of its existence, since I have talked with a guy that lived in East Germany, which is the uncle of my girlfriend. He first mentioned Trabant vehicles as a brand. I was not at all familiar with them. So let's talk about it a little bit so I can familiarize you guys as well. Trabant 601, or Trabant P601 was produced by VEB Sachzering. I know I butchered the pronunciation. I am gonna write it somewhere in the screen. In Zwickau, Saxony. Again, I am going to write it somewhere on the screen. This is the third generation with the longest production time. This one came to production in 1964 and was up to production until 1990. As a result, this is one of the best known Trabant vehicles of all time. Units made of this puppy were almost 3 million. To be precise, is 2,818,547. That's quite a number, and it was commonly found in East Germany. Now, the peculiar thing about this car, for me the peculiar thing, is that it rocks a 594cc engine, but not a 4-stroke one, a 2-stroke one. That's really weird for me, mainly because I am used to see only motorbikes with 2-stroke engines, and I have never had the knowledge that a car with a 2-stroke engine existed. So this one had a 594cc engine, paired with a 4-speed manual or semi-automatic gearbox, and with a weight of 615 kilograms or 1,356 libras, and that was all the numbers that I had access. Now a few stuff about the kit now before I crack open the box. Again, through a quick search that I have done in ScaleMates, which is my go-to site, I have found out that this kit was reboxed quite a lot of times. Other times new decals, other times new parts were added. So, but this one is a 2022 rebox with new decals. I suppose that the new decals are, you know, the pigeons over here, the mark of peace, and etc. etc. That's the addition, I suppose. Now let's start describing what we see. Revell states that this is a level 4 kit. Too bad, because I don't know if I am a level 4 builder. We're gonna see about that. It says that it has 138 parts. I suppose the majority, and I also suppose that we won't use all of them. We will see. And it also states that the full length of the vehicle upon completion will be almost 15 centimeters, but to be precise 14.9 centimeters or 149 millimeters, whatever you guys prefer. So let's see. Over here at the sides we have the box art and several stuff to be cautious about, like on this sides we have once again the box art, kit number, and you know, information about the kits, the kit, the stuff that it writes in the front. Oh, it also says that it is a builder's choice. I'm gonna believe them. On the other side the same, and over here at the back we have some features about the vehicle. First things first, I am going to build it exactly as it shows over here, because that's what my wife commissioned me to do, and I don't wanna do something else, you know, for what reasons. Anyway, I do like the look. I also like that it comes with the engine, with engine detail. I love building vehicles with engines, even if we won't be able to see them again. We don't know. I think that it has a mechanism that opens the hood, from what I can see in the photo over here. Let's zoom in a bit. See, here is the latch. I supposed that it is going to work. I don't know. And also over here at the back we have the color callouts. Everything is, I think, in Revell codes, and that's everything that we spot without cracking open the box. Another thing about the box, this thing is a side opener, something I hate, mainly because whenever I build, I store my sprues inside the box, and this is not an option for me. And I know I have told that a lot of times, but I will keep telling that. Please, manufacturers, keep doing top openers, or boxes that they have lids, mainly because we need somewhere to store our sprues. So upon opening the box right now, we come out comes the car body of the vehicle, of course, and we're gonna take a closer look later. And also 1, 2, and sorry guys, 3 baggies, and the instruction sheet, which contains also the decal sheet inside. So inside apart from the instruction sheet and the car body, we have also 3 baggies. Inside the 3 baggies we find the rubber tires, and all the sprues we're gonna need together. I think 3 and 3, yeah, 6 plastic sprues in total, 2 clear and 2 clear sprues in this kit. And now we have this kit has a lot of plastic, and what are we gonna do? We're gonna do the usual thing. I'm gonna pause the video right now, open every baggie, and give you a closer look and talk about my opinions of the parts as I see them for the first time together with you. Okay guys, we have everything out of their baggies. They are laying around next to me, and let's start from the easy parts first, which is the car body. So let's see what I can spot. It is relatively clean. We have some faint seam lines. I think that I will need to make them deeper. Definitely we need some cleanup over here. And over here as well, there is a seam running all across the car body, all across the front and rear wing together with the door. That's how we call this stuff over here in Greece, wings. There is some nice detail. Okay, there is a lot of stuff that will go over this car body. I really like it. I see no not mold marks, only sink marks or anything. The body is really smooth, molded in white color. I suppose this will help a lot while I will paint it, because I'm gonna paint it white, as I said. It's gonna need some minimal cleanup. Yeah, I am relatively happy. So here is a closer look. And let's move on. And I am going to start with sprue D. So on sprue D we have the floor pan, the door cards, the trunk space, what looks to be the rear seats, the trunk lid, and the roof of the car, together with some other parts over here that I cannot recognize at the time being. We have molded carpet on the floor pan, something that I don't like, but I'm gonna live with that. My recommendation is for Revell is to make this one separately, mainly because I will use some flocking material on the rest of the floor pan, and those will be painted rubber, since there were rubber floor mats at at that time that the car was around. They were pretty common, and from what I suppose they look, from what I suppose they are, that's the look of rubber floor mats, sorry. I don't know if my camera can catch it. Yes, here is the detail that I am talking about. Now the door cards as well are really detailed. I really like the detail they have. It's pretty crisp and clean. Every part is crisp and clean, and I don't see many defects or anything like that. parts are gonna need minimal cleanup, only the screw gates, which are a little bit on the big side, but that's okay. Yep, and I am kinda amazed, I will say. So let me give you a closer look. Let's start from the door cards. Notice the detail, guys. Fantastic. The floor pan, as I've told you before. Roof of the car, trunk space, supposedly the rear seats, and the trunk lid. And on the opposite side, okay, it has some injection mold marks in the right places, and I am stating that they are the right places, mainly because there is no one located on the interior, which is good. We may be able to see some of them, but I am going to take care of everything. So majority of them is gonna disappear. That's my intention. My intention is to build the car fully detailed. That's why I am going to go onto such lengths. So that was sprue D. Let's move onwards. Sprue F. Great. On to sprue F we have all the road wheels. One, two, yeah. 4 road wheels and 1 spare wheel, separate in 2 pieces, and I suppose that these things are the hubcaps. I don't know if I am going to include them. Oh no, they are not the hubcaps, sorry. These are the axles, the wheel axles, wheel hub. That's the right name. Those are the wheel hubs. Detail is really nice. I can see bolts. I don't know if they are hex. Let me move them closer to my eyes and I'm gonna tell you. Looks like a hex. Don't know, it's too small. You can see the openings of the rim. Very nice and very crisp. Okay, need some cleanup here and there, but for this kind of fine detail, it is to be expected. So, closer look, guys. Here is the sprue in all its glory and majority. And from the other side, really nice. Zoom out and move on to the next sprue. So next up we have sprue E. Okay, this is the actual floor pan, the chassis, the actual chassis, that's how I'm gonna call it. Over here we have the wheel hubs. We have, I suppose that this is either the supporting frame for the rear. Oh no, this is the firewall of the engine. And from what I can see, we may be able to model it with a hood, either or with a movable hood. Great. So over here we also have the exhaust systems, 2 of them. I don't know why. We're gonna see. And we also have the dashboard. I think, I am not sure, this may be the dashboard, if I am not mistaken. Very nice detail, so realistic. From what I can see, it has a lot of lots of detail. For example, over here, these, let me grab a pointer, these must be the brake lines for the e-brake, the parking brake or the handbrake, however you wanna call them. Here on this we have some cables, I suppose they are, I don't know for sure, but they look like cables. Nice detail as well. Yeah, all in all, good detail, yes. I am happy. Nice detail over here at the exhaust as well. Good stuff. And some tiny parts over here, really tiny pieces. We need to be extra careful. Well guys, this kit so far is a nice surprise. Let me give you a closer look. Here is the chassis. We move on to the exhaust parts and detail parts. And then what we supposed to be the dashboard, or part of the dashboard, wheel wells, sorry, not wheel hubs, wheel wells, and the firewall of the engine. Really nice. Great stuff, good stuff. That's the second car from Revell that I have ever worked on, and I have to say, to admit that Revell is creating great cars. My first Revell car was the Martini Porsche. So, but that's another topic. So now we move on to sprue number labeled with letter B. Over here we have the front hood, the seats. That's the dashboard. So the other thing that I've told you, that's the dashboard, it's something else, sorry guys. Front bumper, the mechanism that is going to make our hood movable. Rear bumper, I suppose, and some detail parts like window wipers and rear view mirrors, etc. Over here we have the door handles. Really nice detail, guys. Really crisp and fine detail. Never expected that. I suppose that's why it is a builder's choice kit, because the detail is great. Take a look at that. We are in for a treat, guys. Let's see if I am up to the task. So, once again, parts are clean, detail is there. There is no sink marks or mold marks. At least mold marks there are, but at least they are not in visible places, which is always great. Okay, there is some flesh, excess flesh on the parts here and there, but nothing to be worried about, nothing to be unexpected. So let's give you a closer look. Look at the nice detail the seats have, guys. Wonderful. Here is the dashboard, the front hood, the hood of the car, front bumper, rear bumper, and detail parts. And that was sprue B. 4 down, 2 to go. We move on to sprue C over here. Okay, I know what everything is here. So we have the front grille and the trim detail. Very nice move from Revell to include the trim detail in separate pieces, mainly because these are These we will need to paint them chrome, and now that they are as a separate piece of the car body, this will be easier for us. We won't need to mask or do any mumbo jumbo onto a painted car body. We can paint them separately and glue them. So, very nice detail on the grill. I don't think that I will be able to open it from the rear, mainly because the detail is so faint, and I am sure that I will mess with it, but I am going to give it a try. We will see as I build it. Yeah, air ducts over here and the trim detail and nothing else. I suppose that this is for the headlights, parts of the headlights. So, really good. That was spruce C. Let's give you a closer look, mainly of the grill, of the front grill of the vehicle. Can you believe me, guys, the detail is far better up close. My camera doesn't do justice of the parts, mainly because they are white and white balance and me don't cooperate well. Anyway, now last plastic sprue is sprue A. What do we have here? We have all engine and transmission parts, steering wheel, parts of the exhaust system, tail lights, the back pieces of the car seats, suspension parts, and many crazy stuff in general, crazy mechanical stuff in general, you know, parts that are going to find their way into the engine bay. Over here the detail is great as well. Once again, I know I say that a lot, but it is so, the detail is so great that I will need to make it clear to you guys. We are in for a lot of work. Ooh, yeah. This puppy is going to keep us busy for quite a while, I have to say. Okay. Some minor flaws here and there on the parts. We are going to be extra careful. Have to be extra careful while cleaning them. But still very nice. Very, very nice. Nothing is going to put me off, mainly because I really like what I see. Okay, let's give you guys a closer look as well. Let's focus. Yep. Look at every part, and every part is detailed. That was a nice surprise, guys. And that was sprue A. And that was all the normal plastic sprues. Now we have those two over here. I suppose that they are two, yeah. This one contains the front windshield, the side cannot remember the name. The side windows of the car, fog lights, probably fog lights and headlights, tail lights, and some other clear parts like indicators and reverse lights over here. I suppose that they are reverse lights. Let me zoom in a bit, because I just saw that my camera has some issue. Plastics, the clear plastic is thin, but you can see it kinda distorts the, see, as you look through it, you can still read, but it is like I cannot find the proper way to describe it right now. I will probably remember it at editing. Yeah, clear parts are good, if you ask me. Okay, that's okay. They're gonna do their job. One thing that's gonna cause me trouble is the trim that surrounds the windshield. I will probably need to paint this thing black, or rubber black to be honest, which is gonna be a little bit troublesome, but it is what it is. That's sprue G1, the first clear sprue, and the second clear sprue G2 contains the rear windshield and the rear windows. Once again, parts are thin, on the thin side, clear parts, and we have the same effect. You can see through them, but they are like a magnifying glass. That was the term I was looking for. Once again, I will need to mask and paint the trim around the rear windshield. Ooh, this is going to be a nice exercise for me, this kit. So that was the clear parts. I'm gonna immediately store them to their baggie. I am lucky they have no damage, mainly because they were on a separate baggie, but they were all included in another baggie with other parts, and that's a little bit, you know, sketchy, mainly because those parts can be easily damaged, but it is what it is. I was lucky and the parts wasn't damaged. And now we have the rubber parts, the rubber tires. Okay, they are all identical. We have 5, 4 for our road wheels and 1 for the spare wheel. And they have some thread detail. Let me see if my camera can focus. Yeah, as you can see, some really nice thread detail. They have some lettering on the sides. I can almost read the numbers of the tires with bare eyes. And I think that we can read the brand label of the tire as well. Very nice. That is impressive to say the least. Pretty soft and malleable, no damage there. Let's return them to their baggie. And let's grab our decals now. So decals included in this car are those. We have the license plates, brands of the car and parts for the rear view mirror and the side mirrors, badges, etc., and we have the color scheme that is depicted on the box art. You know, we can build harmony and driving two-piece with the piece signal. Yeah, signal, that's how I'm gonna call it. Decals state that they are printed in Italy, nothing more. They look really thin. Okay. Come on, focus for me, darling. They look thin enough, as you can see, probably. Don't know if my camera can catch the decal film. Yeah. And I suppose that they won't cause us any issues to apply them. Well, I don't know until I work with them. Anyway, that's it. Take a closer and good look of it. Let's zoom a little bit so you can see the car badges. And that's almost it. So last but not least will be our instruction sheet. Now, Revell's instruction sheets are my personal favorites. I have built 2 or 3 kits from them, and every instruction sheet comes in a nice booklet, which is a thing I love. I don't know why. I generally like booklets when it comes to instructions. Okay, first page greeted by the box art, and once again the name of the kit and what we need to be cautious about. So over here in various languages. So first page we have the legends explanation, you know what to do and when each of these stuff appears in the instructions, and we move onwards. You guys know what I mean, I suppose. Onwards we have clear parts, you know, warning about clear parts, decal fix solutions and stuff like that for the decals. And over here we have the color callouts all in Revell color. And as you can see, every color callout is close to the actual color. What I want to say for this one, for example, you can see that this is, let me find the English thing. Yeah, I cannot find it right now. Oh yeah, Lufthansa yellow. You can see it's kind of yellow color. This one is a beige, for example. This one is a stone gray and stuff like that. So this one is our color callout, and together with this one, sorry. And now we move on to a sprue map. A, B, C, D, E, F, G1, G2, car body and the tires. And now we start with our instructions. Nice 3D thing, you know, 3D depiction of the parts, which is always great. You have the arrows pointing exactly where the stuff goes. That's why I like instructions, Revell's instruction, mainly because they are simple, they are as good as they can be. And look, for example, here it shows you every color you need and where to apply it, for example. So we start immediately with the transmission. I suppose that this thing is, no, the engine block. More parts of the engine block over here. Step number 2, step number 3 as well. So we start with the assembly of the engine. Let's see if I can, yeah. Step number 4, we mount the engine block onto the car chassis over here, which I am not gonna do. I am going to deviate quite a lot from the instructions. Step number 5, after the mounting of the engine onto the chassis we have the wheel wells to mount. Then we have the engine firewall, and then detailed parts onto the engine bay, like the master cylinder for the brakes. This one, which I suppose that it is the steering rack, the steering column, sorry, not the steering rack, the steering column. And then we move on to the exhaust system, part of the exhaust system, which is this one, assembly, sub-assembly of it, and then attachment of it onto the car, onto the rest of the chassis assembly. Then we have these two parts, which I don't know what they are. We move on to step number 11, when we have some more detailed parts that they need to go to the engine. Step number 12 and 13 are parts of the front suspension, if I am not mistaken, and looks like I am not. 14, all the sub-assemblies of step 12 and 13 will be mounted onto the chassis together with this subframe, and then the rear suspension system in step number 16. I am just giving you a brief the description of the steps, guys. We're gonna talk about them in depth as I build the thing. Then on step 17 we have the wheel assembly together with step 18. 17 and 18 are wheel assembly. 19 is wheel attachment onto the chassis together with the exhaust system, another step that I am going to deviate from. And then on to step number 20, we begin with the interior tab assembly, sub-assembly. Here is a perfect example of the Revell color callouts. See, they show you exactly how you need to paint your vehicle, your car. Then we move on to the seats, driver's and passenger seat. Step number 22, the rear passenger seats, and then 23 is the spare wheel sub-assembly. I don't know why it has it separately anyway. Step 24 is all the sub-assemblies of the interior tab are going onto the interior tab. You almost finalize the interior. Then we have the door cards, detail painting of the door cards and seat belts, and then you attach the door cards onto the interior tab. Moving onwards, guys, steering column, part of the interior, then dashboard, and then we deviate from the dashboard and we go to the car panels. This is the front hood together with a mechanism that is going to retain movement, is going to help us to open and close it. Very nice. That's, I suppose, the rear hood. Yeah, spare wheels once again. Attachment of the dashboard and the front hood. All these two things are gonna interlock together. From what I can understand, this is gonna be tricky. I think we're gonna see. Then we have the attachment of the trunk tab, that's gonna trunk space, and the trunk lid over here onto the car body. Clear parts, more clear parts. Tail lights, more tail lights, front grille over here, rifling through them, front bumper together with the fog lights. It states that we can remove them if we want. I don't know if I want. I am gonna keep them. Rear bumper, rear license plate, all the installation of every clear part, detail pieces installation like the window wipers, the door handles, etc. Roof installation over here, trim installation over here, attaching the car body onto the interior tab, and then the whole thing onto the chassis. Attach the spare wheel and you are good to go. This one is the decal application guide. Yeah. So what as I can tell, guys, from quick writing of the instructions, they are pretty clear and explanatory, but the build looks a little bit complex, and I am going to make it more complicated as I go, mainly because I will need to paint the car body. I am not so worried. I am gonna formulate a plan, and we will see how this works for us. Now, a few quick words about the kit. My opinion at the time being, because this is going to change after I build the kit. But from a quick look that I have given this kit, we are into for a big treat. We are in for a big treat, guys. I can see detailed parts, I can see a challenging build, but pretty rewarding from the stuff I can tell from the instructions. Yeah, we're gonna have to incorporate a lot of techniques, and we're gonna have to be quite, planning ahead, if I may call it like that. We have to formulate a good plan. Now, this is going to be our next build, guys. I hope that you like it, and you will find interest and follow me and my adventures as I put this thing together. So, with all that said and done, we have made it to the end of this episode. On our next episode, we will probably start working onto this vehicle, and we will see where we'll go from there. I hope that you guys found this video helpful and interesting, and stick along for the whole series. Before I go, I want to thank each and every one of you guys that watched this video. A special thank you to all my subscribers, old and new ones. You guys are the best, and you are the reason I keep doing these videos. Now, for the newcomers out there that encounter one of my videos for the first time, welcome, guys. I hope that you like what I do, and if so, you all know what to do. Leave a like, comment with your thoughts and opinions, share the video if you believe it deserves to be shared, or even consider subscribing for more builds to come your way. Until the next time, fellow modelers and friends, take care and model on. It was that Mofo Damon, signing out.